live November 19th. There's no time for fear, only action. Lex Luger, Rick Steiner for the World Heavyweight Championship. Plus, the living legend, Sting. The arrogance of Rick Rude. Power and destiny collide. Also, Van Hammer, Ian News, and more. Prime time pain on Clash of the Champions. Live November 19th at 8:05 Eastern, exclusively on TBS.
Well, Jim, it has been a long time since we've sat down and talked some WCW wrestling, man. My God, I've been to Vegas. You've been to Dynamite.
I've been to Dynamite and Collision in the future.
Oh my God, are you the doctor?
I got a new car. It's an EV. I went from having a 2011 Nissan Frontier with no power locks, no power windows, no automatic seats, no nothing.
Yeah.
And I went from that to basically flying the Jetsons car. And it's kind of fucking trippy, man. Because just the technology now, but I'm kind of getting it. But yeah, just I feel like I went from Flintstones to Jetsons real fast there.
Dude, it's so crazy. That was my experience when my wife got her car now, which is, now it's an old car because it's like a 2020 Kia, but it has like the screen. That was the first touch screen car we ever got. So I'm like, wait, there's not a dial for shit? Oh no, there is, but for boomers.
It's all of a sudden where it's just like, oh, I feel like I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a rental car. When we came back from Hawaii, you go out there, you rent a Jeep Wrangler. And so when we got home, we're going to get a Jeep Wrangler. And yeah, it just kind of feels like you're on vacation, especially when you drive around, there's palm trees.
Oh,
and then, yeah, you buy the EV. And this one, I got the special edition that has a flux capacitor. So I went forward to the past. And I saw the collision, and I know what happened, and I won't be a douchebag who spoils it.
God, thank God for people like you, Jim, because, this is my whole thing, and it always has been, even when I, would seek this shit out. And you do it as like a creature of habit. There's that point in your fandom where you're like in your 20s, and it's also a generational thing, right? Like when I was in my 20s, the internet was like popping, you know what I mean? But for people older than me, it was the newsletters. Once they figured out Meltzer, that was their version. So you start to almost like not even think about it. You're like, what happened? I got to know immediately when the show happened. And now I'm the total opposite. Now I'm like, don't even fucking look at me about, hey, there's a title change. Don't even give me hints. I don't want to know shit.
Okay, the only hint I gave last night was some confetti has been falling.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that was false confetti, I think. That must have been saved from somewhere else because confetti did not fall. Or else I would have captured said confetti and brought it home with me like I did with the Young Bucks last year.
Yes.
But yeah, we were down there, me and Shane, and after something that happened, I texted Shane. I'm like, I'm so happy for everybody to have this experience on Saturday. And he's like, yeah, man, this is awesome. And then right as we leave, stuff happens, word breaks, things happen that kind of foreshadows what will be to come. But
yeah,
it's like it sucks, but it's fucking, you will fucking pop your ass off.
Yeah,
I'll say, this is a Mick Foley. Oh, that'll put ass in the seats. It's literally, you'll end your Saturday night the best possible fucking way if you're a sicko. Guaranteed, kids. Guaranteed. That's all I'm gonna say.
By the way, as for those of you that you're obviously not seeing the video, I literally am sitting in front of an ROH flag, so this isn't gonna be a shocker coming from me, but that's just kind of been how these Saturdays have been ending. Like AEW has been killing it, but it definitely feels like they have just fully put the foot to the gas all the way to the floor here. And I mean, I know this is not a modern wrestling podcast, but with you going to Dynamite and stuff, I was like, we got to get a little AEW in. And all I'll say is this, between the Rascals signing, between the all the shit going on with TNA tonight, which, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I will be watching. to see the fucking dumpster fire, because it's gonna be a dumpster fire. And I will actually put a prediction out there. I think that the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, will be in TNA. Maybe not with that gimmick, but I think Jericho's showing up tonight, which is like
I am so out of the wrestle sphere outside of like the cool shit. I don't. So tonight they debut on some network of some sort.
Yeah, they're
some cable channel.
I can't believe I'm saying this. They're actually debuting on AMC, which is really crazy.
Oh, where I saw Mad Men and Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Crazy. So again, and not knocking, but I guess I am knocking. It's like, oh, so you're going to the cool network a decade after it was cool. Got it. Not again.
Oh, you're comic book men, AMC. Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, you're the Walking Dead spinoff, AMC. Got it. But that's cool. Listen, it's good for the business. You know, all tides raise all ships, whatever the fucking saying is, right? Like, hey, whatever, right? Good for wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of put it on somebody else's post this morning, but just like, you work with Apple for 5 years and you say, oh, I've heard about Google. Let me go work for them for a little bit. And then you might go over there and go, oh, Google's a bunch of fascists. You could disclaimer that and replace Google with a blank name if you want. I'm not saying that about Google, but they probably are. Let's say so.
Right.
But like, but I guess somebody from Apple wants to go check out Google and they're going to go there. And we've all had that experience probably. You start a new job and you go, oh, not my expectations. This is not what I expected. How long do I have to be here for? And so I think I hope if certain people are leaving the company, they talk to MVP, they talk to Moxley, who I believe this person is close to. Yeah. They talk to Danielson. Talk to those three and just kind of get their perspectives. They've been around the block and they know where the bodies are buried. They know where the text they deleted.
Exactly. And that's, that's also apropos of WCW, by the way, at this time. And that is a good segue because there is a lot of flux going on. And this really feels like the first time, though, that flux is going for WCW. Because, people have to remember this is very, very closely around that whole Sergeant Slaughter fiasco with WWF. The viewpoint of WWF, and they're also building towards the World Bodybuilding Federation. I don't know if you remember that fever dream as a kid. Was that like heavily promoted, really, or what was the deal?
It was kind of a thing because it was it was the age of Zubaz.
Yeah,
it was the age of muscle and fitness on your fitness stand, and Vince McMahon was recently brought down for steroids and shit. And I remember it being a thing, and they're like, "Oh, this is going to be a thing," and I'm like, I'm good, bro. I don't need to watch a bunch of guys flex." I accept it as 10% of my program. I don't want it to be like 97% of my program.
Like no hate,
but no hate. I'm like, if this is I worked at a company, and a guy in the IT department worked in our server group.
Yeah,
he was a big meathead. Always had a canister of his protein drink with him. And I ran into him at the gym, and then afterwards he's like, "Oh, I'm like a semi-professional bodybuilder. You want to come to some of my events?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, bro." Yeah. I'm like, "No, don't want to see. I do not want to see you like in less than a shirt. We work together."
Like looking at the grapes, man. I'm good on looking at your grapes, dog.
I don't need to be picturing that during a scrum meeting.
Oh fuck! And we're not talking about a hockey scrum. That's one
I
might
Lord.
Actually join. I'm not joining the grape gang anytime soon. But yeah. So it just feels like a lot of guys, like Rude is the big one, right? Where now we know, because the letter has come out in recent years of he fucking called Vince's bluff. He's like, hey, listen, if you think I'm not worth it after putting over your guy Warrior and making him look like $1 million fucking dollars when no one wanted to work with him, after I was willing to do the job to fucking everyone under the sun, if that's not enough for you, I'm good. Peace. And that's pretty much literally what he wrote Vince in late 90? No, it would have been the summer of 91, right? Because then he comes to WCW Halloween Havoc. So, you know, he's as fresh as anybody has been going to WCW from WWF. Like he's right off that Warrior run. Basically.
Yes, he's like off a WrestleMania that he like headlined, like was big part of. So it's like he's a guy who's part of big events, not Barry Windham coming back after another gone away or whatever. So yeah, guy close to the peak of his powers, closest they've had to a snag. It feels like I don't know who we'd go with second best. Really,
I mean, nobody really. Yeah. So he
Steamboat. Yeah, I guess maybe kind of, but like that's the difference in levels there, man.
So I mean, it's a good time.
I don't have much for the week to week shows.
So this is all I got for weeks to weeks. Okay.
Sure.
11-2, and I can't believe it. You know, I can't believe you didn't write about this guy, man. We have the debut of Arachnaman.
Yes, I mean, I have that written down because I'm like Arachnaman ?
Yeah,
and I'm sure I either looked it up and forgot already who it is, or I didn't look it up. I feel like I looked it up and I already forgot who it was. Is it like okay? Is it like Brad Armstrong?
Poor Brad Armstrong, man. Yeah, it's Brad.
Is it Brad Armstrong?
It's Brad.
Fuck yeah! Got it.
It's Brad and the ugliest blue and yellow Spider-Man ripoff, man. Horrible. It's got the little foreskin at the fucking top of his mask. It's terrible, dude. This is one of the worst.
Sorry, doing some quick
looking it up.
Research. Quick research on one thing.
Dude, there's a foreskin on his head. That's what you need to definitely notice when you see this. It's bad, man. Poor Brad. Okay,
so that's when 1990 is when that August 1990 is when Spider-Man 1 published, which is kind of like the rebirth of like Spider-Man kind of, and Todd McFarlane was drawing it, huge deal. Went out to Image Comics later, and so yeah, kind of again that thing where it's like Dusty sees something like 8 months later or a year later, watching VHS at home and going, oh, they're advertising this comic book or something.
Yep. Oh yeah, Dusty's 420 booking. We already figured that out. My God. Fucking horrible. And here's a prime example of that. The next thing is, we'll be back with El Gigante. Please don't be, is what I wrote. Please don't. Bill Ford fucking gets killed.
Have we been anticipating his departure this long? Like, yes. I really feel like from the way we've been talking about it, he should have been gone like 5 episodes ago.
You know, it's crazy too, because, you know, all the podcasts and shit with guys that were there, they always paint the picture that, like, you know, his WCW run was kind of nothing. And then he went to WWF and he was Giant Gonzalez. No one mentions like, oh, no. He was there forever and everyone fucking wanted him to go. And for whatever reason, the issue here I notice is he's over with the fans, which is weird. I don't know how or why. Maybe because, you know, maybe in 1990 people were into like the big weirdo guy. I don't know.
Okay, listen, it's this WCW crowd is excited for PN News.
Well,
they're excited for PN News.
Come on,
they're man. So excited for Van Hammer.
Oh,
this is such a weird. And put El Gigante in there. It's like this audience should not be a gauge for. I mean, listen, I'm not saying ignore your audience, but what the fuck, man? This audience has horrible taste.
The other one is, why didn't you try for Gang? You know, at least Gang can work. Kevin and Gang was money. I mean, we were just talking about how much we love Kevin and Gang.
You know what? One Man Gang, though, he was like 6 or 7 for like 5 months in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Without even really wrestling at all. He would just be like 6 to 7 every month in the top 10.
Oh, speaking of, great segue. Here we
go.
Bro,
look at me.
Dude,
call me stock, except for I don't deny coronavirus.
You're the numbers man. Dude, you will never, ever guess what this top 10 is for fucking November 2nd. Halloween Havoc just happened, okay? So
you know what? Actually, I'm going to say,
yeah,
this is a reasonable top 10 outside of number 10.
Oh.
And I would say number 7, even though they try to shove him down our throats, even though he's lost like in the last 3 events. And then, I mean, I feel like Barry shouldn't be there anymore either. I feel like Barry should just be gone out of the top 10 as well. So, but like, yeah, I feel like the top 10's overall people I can root for at least.
And of course,
but not in cool way. Like the fate. This is the biggest difference I feel. Sorry, okay, it's not the biggest difference. There's many differences, but one of the biggest differences between AEW and most wrestling promotions is that their baby faces are actually cool.
Yeah.
It's Kenny Omega. It's Swerve. It's Hangman. And here's what they're trying. They're trying to get across to us. You're like Bill Kazmir, Z-Man, Barry. Like they're not cool. And that's just like the one thing that AEW does better than most wrestling you'll watch is making interesting faces. Even people like Orange Cassidy, rocking his gimmick now for 6-7 years in a row, and could not be more over with a damn crowd. And so, yeah, it's just when you look at these top 10 lists, it's like, all right, number 10, Bill Kazmir. Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Whatever. Okay. I mean, I had a question mark after that one. I assumed everybody else left the company for a couple of days when they took the top 10 list.
Yeah, this is like, who do we have on paper?
But you know what, though? He took the Elegante Memorial spot. Yeah. So Bill Kazmir kicked LG out. Now, 8 and 9. We can't argue with 8 and 9. And again, they're heels. Cactus and Abdullah. Cactus and Abby. It's like our favorite team, man. And so they got 8 and 9. Like, that's cool. Cool heels, man. Cool heels.
Yeah. And then
number 7.
Z-Man. No thanks.
Z-Man.
And number 6, the guy that's going to have a world championship match in 2 weeks, Rick Steiner. Not even in the top 5.
He's ranked 6. Yeah, I have the arrow pointing down. Weird for the Clash contender.
Yeah. You better hope you move up in the rankings there, Rick, because I don't know if that title match is happening. Oh, wait, it's a total farce work. I forgot. Number 5, Dustin Rhodes. Okay, you know what? That might be the most accurate of any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Actually, no, number 2 is as well. Number 4, Barry. Barry ain't even wrestling. Don't know what that is. Number 3, Ron Simmons. Okay. He's hurt. He just had a title match. Looked great. Beat Luger in one of the falls. Okay. Number 2, TV champ, Stunning Steve. Jesus. I mean, he's already like probably the best worker in the fucking company, which is crazy. And then
That's
number
crazy.
1, of course, U.S. champion Sting. That's by default. Cool. And then Z-Man. He cuts a promo on Luger. No one cares. Then we get this weird feud. This is the only thing I really want to talk about like deeply from the TVs is why did we focus so much energy on this Mike Grams, the mentor of Brian Pillman, getting beat up by Johnny B. Bad?
Jesus Christ, dude. You were really hitting this order on my sheet. The only thing you skipped over was the Milk It Does a Body Good sweepstakes.
Oh, yes.
Which I just wanted to bring up for nostalgia's sake. It made me laugh kind of seeing it pop up. For anybody who wasn't alive, basically it just looked like everybody had like a cum stash.
Yeah.
And they got celebrities that have cum stashes and ads and say it was milk because it wasn't even milk because you can't film with milk like that. So it's something. If it's not milk, it's also not cum. But yeah, the Milk It Does a Body Good sweepstakes was there. I want to mention that. And then Johnny B. Bad came up next. And they got, so it's Mike Graham we're talking about?
Unfortunately. Okay.
It's Mike Graham on the mic. He's on the commentary. He's not good.
He's awful. He's wooden as fuck.
And the match ends on a figure 4. And it was just so weird because he like rotates into allowing his opponent to do the figure 4. I wrote that down. It was just a really odd looking finish.
Fucking horrible. And then I do like that Johnny punks him at the end and beats the shit out of him. I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck Mike Graham, dude. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Fuck Van Hammer. Okay. This is so bad. And he cuts a promo and he's talking about the hammerheads in the arena. Dude. And then my favorite part is he's cutting a promo, by the way. And then like just a ring attendant guy is literally working on the ring right behind him. Like, such little respect for him and his promo work. You'll never see somebody in the background working for an Arn promo.
I am, you know what? Actually, let's face facts. I'm kind of shocked Van Hammer's not in the top 10.
He's
I'd be
getting
going
there.
I'd go Van Hammer over Bill Casimir at this point.
You know what that would be? If he gets in the top 10, that would be fantastic. He says that in this promo, dude.
Yeah, if you could please not hammer the puns quite so hard, I'd appreciate that.
Oh, God.
Okay, so there's a match at some point. You see, we're like alley-ooping to each other today. Yeah. So the next note I have is about Van Hammer. And he's in a match with somebody who I call Pickup Hammer. Because he looks like what Van Hammer may have looked like pre-roids or like 5 years ago or like 8 years in the future. Yeah, so it was Van Hammer versus Pickup Hammer. And during this match, and then JR interviews him. Oh. And JR says, heavy metal Van Hammer, the cultivation of the most phenomenal young athlete that I've ever seen here in WCW. And I wrote, wow.
Shoot, brother.
Wow. Guys, I'm not going to make you rewind that. Heavy metal Van Hammer, the cultivation of the most phenomenal young athlete that I've ever seen here in WCW.
Oh my God. Stunning Steve, Dustin Rhodes, Brian Pillman, and Van Hammer is the most impressive. Holy shit. Luger, let's even be honest. Luger's way more impressive looking than fucking Van Hammer.
Ed Brock Courage Award winner? Brian Pillman?
My God.
Are you kidding me?
A walk.
I swear to God. I pray for one of us. I don't even believe in God, but I still pray to this, that one of us ends up on Jeopardy. And somehow the final Jeopardy question is about Ed Brock. The Ed Brock Courage Award. Like, that would be so like our thing.
I would
we get
so hard.
We get another ladies match.
Yes.
We get Medusa versus Bambi. And Medusa look fine.
Oh yeah.
Medusa looks like she was probably Megan Bain's like mother or grandmother. It's kind of how she presents herself.
Yeah, she's definitely,
as she should.
She walked so that Megan Bain can run. For sure. And everybody. Yeah, this match was honestly pretty good. And the issue with the match, as usual with women in 1991, is JR commentary, where he straight up says, Bambi sure is a Georgia peach. Oh, wait, is that harassment? It is, actually, JR. It is. And I love that he said that specifically, because that made me immediately think, why were you so quick to worry about harassment? What did you say to Missy? What did you say to Missy on main event?
Timestamps and court documents, yeah. It's like, okay. Man. Oh, this happened. When was that subpoena served? Oh, August 30th, yeah.
What did you try to show Missy one time, buddy? Like, dude, he comes off as such a scumbag anytime a woman is involved. And it's like, maybe JR, and again, I really hate to kick a guy while he's down. You know, I know he has horrible health issues, whatever. But I will say this. I pretty much never hear about how JR is a good guy. Anyone that's ever met him, I swear to God, that I've ever talked to is like, he's a fucking asshole. And I'm like, I kind of figured.
I mean, think of how many people you've heard talk shit about Tony Schiavone, right? It's like there's a difference maker there. And yeah, he's just very, and you said, he stands out in this field of people. Like that's something. That's something.
I mean, Dusty era.
Two other matches I just wrote down, but nothing really about them. Was we got a Bobby versus Mr. Hughes match.
It rolled.
And yeah, that's cool. And then we get a Sting versus Oz match, which like
that really ruled.
Yeah, so it's like that's cool too. So those are kind of the two like during this cycle. You're like, I want to check something out. Check those out. Yeah. There is a Lex and Harley promo where Harley's jacket like matches the background. It's like the green screen thing. It's like the background's purple and his jacket is like indigo or violet. It just perfectly matches. So almost looks like it's like a Harley head to a certain point, or like he's trying to camouflage himself against a wall, like some kind of spy. But he's Carly, so he has to talk with his big cabbage head.
So he's the most recognizable fucking guy in the history of the world. Like, people who've never seen Harley Race are like, that's Harley Race. Like, you can't avoid it, man. That's like being Elvis. It's like, wait, was that Elvis that was just jacking off in this movie theater? Yep, that's Elvis. Who else looks like Elvis? There you, hey, Elvis. I don't know. That was a weird compare. I love how I was just like, Elvis, what would he be doing? Jacking off in a movie theater.
Jacking off in it. Jacking off in a theater.
Oh, come on.
We watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure in the last 2 weeks.
And that happened in this era. Why didn't I just think about that?
I got the Criterion edition of that. And then one of our favorite new Christmas traditions is Pee-wee's Christmas Special.
Ooh.
The Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special is the fucking best thing to watch at Christmas time.
That shit, man.
I watch it now. I mean, it's totally great. It is late 80s tastic.
That's my wheelhouse, man. Because I'm pissed that I missed out on it. I literally showed up on the planet the last year of the 80s. I'm fucking salty forever about it. Guys,
it has pre-HIV probably Magic Johnson. Check it out.
At least just stating AIDS.
Yeah,
you know.
Would have been bad at that point. Yeah, we don't know what's brewing, but you know.
Have been on that trip. Anywho, we do have the Rick Steiner Lex Luger big angle to lead to the Clash of Champions, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, so Lex probably like, what is he? Beat the shit out of Scott in front of Rick, or talk about his mom, or no, he gets mad because Rick keeps going, remember that time in the back when I beat you? And he can't handle it. His ego is just so bruised by Rick. And let's be honest, like, Rick's kind of, he's not all there. So the fact that Lex immediately is like, everyone's going to believe him. Let's get him in the ring, beat the shit out of him. And it's like, really, bro? You're the world champion? You're mad because this guy... And first off, also, Rick Steiner's a fucking stud shooter. Of course he beat you. He beat, unless you're Danny Hodge in your prime, he's beaten everybody, okay? Like, Rick Steiner probably could beat any fucking body this side of Brock Lesnar.
Except for maybe Scott.
Exactly.
It's just who they are,
relax. But that was it, man. He can't handle it. He can't handle that Rick is an amateur wrestler, and he beat him in amateur wrestling. All right, dude. So there you go. That's the big angle.
And one other thing to mention before we get into the show probably is, I feel like they announced it before the show, is the upcoming BattleBowl Lethal Lottery for Starrcade. And they are very impressed with themselves because they are spouting this thing off like it will be the most revolutionary thought, the world-changing event. And so I'm super excited to see how badly this shit flops.
You know what's weird? There's parts of it that I recall when I watched it, like when it was on the network. Granted, this is like 10 years ago when I first watched it. There's shit. In fact, just look out for the Mike Graham Jushin Thunder Liger tag team. That's a spoiler. And it is as bad as you think it would be. Terrible. However, there's good shit in there because I think Vader and Cactus tag or something, or maybe it's Vader and Simmons. There's a couple of them that I'm like, this is dope. Like, I think Rick and fucking Vader. It's something like that. We'll get into it later.
But dude, what was the screenshot I sent you? It was like PN News tagging with Z-Man versus like Stan Hansen and Steve Austin or something like. Who was it? It was like the most opposite-sided.
Yeah.
It was the most opposite-sided our fandom ever. Yeah, it was like Z-Man and who did I say? Z-Man and who?
It was like Z-Man and fucking Oz or some shit.
Oh, PN News and PN News and PN News. Right. Z-Man and PN News versus Stunning Steve and Stan Austin or Stan Hansen, I believe. And like just a screenshot alone, I'm like, that is a fucking hysterical thought that match happened.
Well, we get something close to that in the TV before because actually, is it the main event? No, it's not the main event. But we do get PN News and Z-Man against Stunning Steve and Vader on this show.
Well, maybe that was the match.
So they are sort of teasing. And not Hansen. Yeah, they're teasing like, hey, get ready for these weird tags. And then earlier in the night, they have Diamond Stud and Johnny B. Bad tagging too. So, you know what they're doing here that they didn't do like with the fucking Iron Man tournament or any of that, or like the fucking the as you remember, the Pat O'Connor International Tag Team Championship tournament, whatever, from last year. What they're doing that they never did there is they're setting it up. At least they're like, hey, this is gonna be a wacky idea, so let's ease you in at least. And it's something AEW does now, right? Like AEW did this too, and that's what led to fucking MJF and Adam Cole in this whole great thing. So I don't remember it leading to any of that shit, but I do remember it leading to a great ending of Starrcade, because I do remember what happens there. The top 10, though, they remedied the situation from what we mentioned earlier. Rick jumped up 1 week miraculously from 6 to 2. So we're good. We're good. He's ready to go for that title match. I'm trying to think of anything else on this show that's worth fucking mentioning at all. Oh,
one thing I want to go ahead.
Just Rick Rude had a good match with Steve Armstrong. That was all.
Was there a Village People breakup? Or not Village People breakup, Village People heel turn? Because when we get to Clash, a Firebreaker Chip is taken on Bobby. And it's either the crowd loves Bobby. It just seemed like Chip was getting booed almost, but I didn't recognize a heel turn at all. Or if it's just the crowd's like, no, we just like Bobby better.
They just rejected the fucking pieces of shit, and they knew that Bobby was awesome because it was Savannah. And Savannah's a pretty smart crowd, so they were just Team Bobby. They're close enough to Alabama, you know? They're like, yeah, we get it. What else? Oh, there was a great Rude Dangerously promo here where Dangerously sort of like shows his hand and he says, you know, until I run this company, I'm going to burn it to the ground, which is very interesting because, you know, it doesn't really work out that way necessarily, but there's a lawsuit and, you know, that leads him to ECW where he does run the show. And whatever we want to say about Paul Heyman, he changed the fucking business, man, for good and bad. So this is him really beginning to be a power broker in wrestling. It's kind of weird to say, but it's true. And it's because he's managing fucking Rick Rude. And Rick Rude's legit here. And this is the debut, I believe, as well, of the Rick Rude line that I remember as a kid. Because when I first got into wrestling, Rude and Sting was the hot feud for the International World Championship. It was Sting who was stung. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. He always would say that when he was wrestling Sting. And Sting, it's going to be you that gets stung. And I'm like, fucking, dude, let me tell you, 5-year-old me, that was the line, buddy. I was like, oh, that was like my 6'7".
Bro, when your name is both a noun and a verb, then I would verb your noun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Sting, stung, sting, stung.
I'm gonna verb the fuck out of you, Sting.
I trust me. When Lex figured that out,
oh
my God,
he was doing
we create fire.
He was doing
Sting, stung.
Yeah, dude. This was Rick Rude after he said that. It's going to be you, Sting, that gets stung. And he looked right at Dangerously and he did the little finger pop like, yeah, bro. That's like fucking sick. And then he went, hey, can you roll a fucking joint for me? Because I don't know how. And Oz was like, I got it. That's a real story, by the way. That's a real story. Around this time, Oz is like, man, Rude comes in. I'm like really nervous, but I'm thinking to myself, I gotta go up there, man. I want to be something in this business. And so he goes up to him. He's like, Mr. Rude, would you mind if I ride with you? I want to like pick your brain. He says Rude's like taking off his boots and shit. He doesn't even look up at him for like the longest time. He's like, yeah, hold on a minute. Then he finally like looks up at him and all he asks is, you know how to roll a joint, kid? He goes, yeah. He goes, all right, let's go. And that was the beginning of Rick Rude mentoring Oz Kevin Nash at this time. So might have been during this road trip here. Clash of the Champions 17. November 19th, 1991. They're at the Civic Center in Savannah, Georgia. Hot fucking crowd. Hot crowd. This was a great crowd.
No subtitle? Like nothing? Like
nothing.
Just Clash 17?
I think that dies. I think that becomes much more rare going forward.
So I think this is the point where we get to rant and rave a little bit about how hard wrestling archives are now to find for the general public. This is an event, if you want to try to find it on YouTube, you might be able to find some of the matches on there perhaps. if you don't have access, and that's just the shitty thing about having shitheads in charge of the history of the sport.
It's exactly
for so much of the United States. It's just this is what happens, and the great thing is though, whoever's the highest bidder will get to house it in the future, and that's the wonderful thing. Because capitalism.
Let's only hope that's the Khan family. And I'm not even like making like a cute little like maybe they'll buy WWE. It's like fuck at this point. Maybe just buy the libraries they got. They don't care about it. But yeah, I mean, this is exactly what, people were warning everyone about a decade ago when the network even started was, hey, it's cool, but just know this is dangerous because now you're monetizing the history of wrestling. And while that's not like the abnormal thing, it's not a good thing, and it's not a good precedent to have. And I mean, I don't know, man. At least I guess, it's funny how they've differentiated it. All the WWE history is on Netflix, not WCW though. That's all gone. And to answer your question, you can actually watch the show in full on YouTube. Guess why? Because they put this motherfucker out like 2 days ago. Right after we needed it. Oh yeah, no, because I just looked it up for the promo, and I'm like, oh, it's in full here now. Interesting. So they're just fucking with us. They know that there are people doing podcasts. That's the other thing I think, and I know this is going to sound nuts, but I really believe this about a company like WWE. I really do believe that it annoys them that people like us do these shows and call out shit from the past. So I think in their head they're like, let's just fuck with them. Why not? If you don't have the physical media, fuck you.
Yeah, it's probably not a 12-year-old looking for this stuff. It's the older person. Exactly. And our money is probably old money, and they really got to target that 11 to 13-year-old demographic.
Yeah, it's it's part of that dystopia that we live in, folks. That corporate fucking dystopia. But hey, listen, I guess I get why you'd want to put behind a paywall the lumberjack match between Thomas Rich and Big Josh.
I just want to start with when they start the show, Missy Hyatt's there, and she looks like she's going to be jazzercising.
Yeah, well, you remember what she mentioned too. She
was going to interview somebody. She was always so horny.
Oh, it's not just somebody. We have the newest WCW rookie, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, baby. We've got the Buff Daddy arc live and in living color beginning right now.
Yeah. Fine. Okay, I accept that. I accept that in my life.
Yeah,
I didn't catch a name. I didn't catch a name, or she even said a name. But I got I'm sorry. I was in shock. I was in shock with her jazzercising outfit.
Oh, he was a thing because of the GWF, which. That's a whole long story, but basically, long story short, GWF was a upstart company by Joe Pedicino, and he started it because he was basically scammed by a Nigerian scammer back when that did not occur. So he starts this big company thinking he's getting this money and flowing in, and it didn't happen. So part of that was the handsome stranger who was Marcus Alexander Bagwell under a mask. And a lot of people, he got some hype because you remember, he big old steroided ass body. And he wasn't great in the ring, but he was passable. And he sort of had you remember Buff, right? Like he had charisma. And so it worked. And
he looked like a Chippendales dancer.
Exactly. That was what he was. Everyone forgets.
That's what they're going for.
Yeah, he was a stripper in Atlanta. So he does Handsome Stranger. Everything's cool. And then WCW, I guess fucking Dusty was up late one night, 420 booking. And he went, I gotta have the Handsome Stranger, baby. And that was it. Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Here we go. And he's a local guy. He's from Atlanta, so they didn't even have to fucking fly the motherfucker. There you go.
Okay. I let you finish. I need to rewind to the beginning of that story. Did you say the guy who owned GWF was scammed by a Nigerian scammer?
Yes. So the whole story...
What was the scam?
Oh,
the email didn't even exist yet. How did he get scammed? What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, so this is like
he was the first person who ever got scanned by a Nigerian
that's
camera.
the meme on fucking forums and shit for the last several decades. Is yes, that's
he's patient zero.
Joe Pedicino. And the sad part is it really could not literally have happened to a nicer guy. Joe Pedicino, you know, for people that don't understand Joe Pedicino, he started the big block of wrestling in Atlanta that would go like 6 hours on Saturday nights. Like and then that sort of parlayed into This Week in Wrestling, which was like think NFL primetime for pro wrestling. It was a fucking big deal and it ended up getting syndicated nationally, a lot of places, yada, yada. So in the midst of that, WCW basically phases him out, as we've seen on the show, you know, and they just didn't like him for whatever reason, probably because he was a mark. Because he was. That's how he started.
Joe Pedicino, am I right?
Joe Petty. So they fucked him over. And in between this time, I'm trying to think of the fucking name of the guy that scammed him.
King Nana?
No, it's something. Oh, fuck. Hold on. God.
Oh, come on. Oh, you know soul me.
Because I keep thinking of the Power Udi. Joe Pedicino scam. Let's go. Yeah,
Let's
so basically
go.
He gets this Olu Oliami. How did I forget that name? He comes out, he says this powerful man in Nigeria, Olu Oliami, is going to inject, and it was like millions of dollars this guy said he had. So Joe has the connections though. He did. Joe knew everyone in the business, so he gets this company together. They get an ESPN deal, weekdays. This shit was on ESPN every day for years, from like, I want to say the end of 90 until maybe the end of 90 or the early part of 94. This thing runs. But it runs on a shoestring because by this time in 91, it's really apparent that they have no money. And they go as far, by the way, as I believe they either buy USWA outright. They like buy Memphis with no money, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know particulars. That's like between the sheet shit. But yeah, so that's where Alexander Bagwell's from. And so this was like the first time a GWF guy ever got like over. In all honesty.
I mean, this is like somebody from Arizona Championship Wrestling signing with AEW or something. Like it's like,
yes.
Yeah, just
yes, basically.
kind of like that, or like the current NWA.
That's
going on
like
that kind of a jump.
Yeah, that's more like it because, you know, current NWA is on Roku channel, right? Like, it's not anything, but it's accessible. That's like GWF. But anyway, we do have that lumberjack match. By the way, nothing to really say about it other than the Freebirds are coked up. And speaking of GWF, they end up in GWF later. There is a infamous promo that you and I must watch where you literally see Jimmy Garvin just snoot a rail, dude, right on camera. I'm not even kidding. And he is just, it's so funny because Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy are standing there and they're really trying to get through this promo. Terry looks rough, but he's like there. Jimmy, like I said, he just snoots this line, dude. And he's fucking with that nose the whole time. And he's like, yeah. Yeah. Like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, dude. So that's where they're at on the outside of this match. Big Josh wins. Anyway.
With this match. Okay, so during this match, we are reminded that Tommy Rich is the one who brought Big Josh, who inflicted Big Josh upon us.
Oh.
And then one thing that was, again, in this match that I was like, oh, I didn't know that was the Young Pistols are apparently heels now.
Yes, they're mean now.
Because they're tripping at Big Josh. I was like, oh, okay. And at the end, Terrence Taylor trips Thomas Rich for the battle who could care less.
Yep, that's it. Really cool. And then we got a really cool actual angle though. The final box for Sting. And it was very homoerotic to begin with the guys carrying the box out. Holy baby oil.
Okay, yes. This is definitely a scenario that when you go into it, not knowing what's about to happen, It is literally just like, oh, there are 16 oiled men carrying out like a little chariot, like like in the olden times. I mean, and these men are oiled. They are like
Yes.
P. Diddy's slip and slide oiled.
It is the white party.
It was just it definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this leading to?
I thought I turned on Heated Rivalry. I was like, ooh, yeah, all right.
Okay, guys, get at it.
Nah.
Yeah, I just said I have Sting in box. I said, oiled men.
Yeah. Okay. Is this what Sting ordered? Okay.
Dusty apparently ordered that cable vision late at night when he was in the hotel.
Sure did. Yeah. And then, of course, they disperse and we're like, oh, okay. So why all the oil? That's immediately when I was like, okay, so they're gone. Why all the oil? Anyway, on to everything
Why
else.
all the oil? Because of Thursday? Have you ever heard of Thursday?
Yeah. And then we get a leg that just sort of snakes out. And then a woman is attached. It's Medusa.
Even better.
And she's dressed appropriately, I guess. And what I wrote is the only word I can use is she wiggles up and down Sting. I don't know what else to say.
You know what? Okay, and it's hard not to notice things sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it moved.
Oh, I literally wrote there. I said, you sort of see Sting focus elsewhere and not jeopardize a Woody. We've all been there, Stinger.
The little Stinger showed up.
Oh yeah.
When you least expect it sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Medusa is there and she's caressing Sting, and then Lex escapes the chariot. And he lays a fucking great knee shot on Sting.
And he beats the fuck
He fucking nailed it.
Mm-hmm. This was a beating. This was awesome. I was like, oh. And I like, too, JR, hey, we can fucking say he's a scumbag and all that all you want. What does JR do right away? It's been Lex that's singing the boxes after all. We thought it was, rude and dangerously. And it's like, ooh, there you go. Planted the seed, and we're off to the races. And for once, WCW does something right with this angle because I remember all of it, and it's awesome. So that rules.
Yes, because later in the night for our main event, we have Rude versus Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And now with Sting being taken out, he's on his way to a medical facility.
Yes.
And I'm sure no felonies and or misdemeanors will happen later in the show.
And I think it's very apropos that it is Diamond Stud Scott Hall having a match with Z-Man while there is an angle going on in picture-in-picture. And why I think that's apropos is that is how he debuts, or returns, I guess, in May of 96 to start the NWO angle. There was a match going on in the ring. He just shows up. So I thought that was kind of a fun little, that's serendipity almost. You know what I mean? It's like, that was his lowest point in WCW, right? Like, you couldn't matter less. You are background noise for a Sting fucking ambulance angle. And then that is what he gets on the way in. It's like, there you go, man. Bet on yourself.
Yeah, this match is literally just here to cover an ambulance trip.
And fuck Z.
Because, I mean, is the match in picture?
Yes, of course.
And the ambulance is the big picture?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's Hall versus Z-Man, and nobody fucking cares.
No one gives a fuck.
Nobody fucking cares. All they can talk about is the ambulance on the way to the medical facility, and then the match ends on a stupid ass crucifix pin. That I hate it, and I don't know. I said all in little box. I don't know what I was saying there, but I was saying something.
Yeah.
Oh, I think like he was just right next to like the rope, and it was just stupid.
It was so fucking dumb, dude.
And worst.
You know what else is fucking dumb? The match after this is fucking stunning, Steve. Defending that TV title against fucking PN News. Again. Didn't we just see this fucking match like 2 months ago? And
I wrote why with 5 question marks.
Yeah. I said, this is Austin, though, and he does the right thing in giving PN the early going, taking all the unsafe shit for our sins. This is 91 Austin. He ain't letting some walking piece of chewed up bubblegum beat him for the strap. This is the 1991 version of MJF having a banger with an underneath baby face just to pull the rug out from under them. Lady Blossom yet again distracts. We can't blame anyone. And Austin hits a motherfucking tope in this match. He does. He hits a very rough, but tope through the ropes, which is insane. It's a fucking stupid, PN runs into the corner and he hits his face on the ring post. 1, 2, 3. And it's like, well, you know what? Thank God we're out of there. Because, fuck, this should have never happened.
Yeah, it just felt like one of those matches where it's like, I mean, they were definitely up on that scaffold with each other.
Yeah.
So they just been at this fucking thing for a while. And I mean, PN's, was he in the top 10?
No, thank God.
He was, right? So it's just like, I mean, why is he even getting this opportunity? So, yeah, I mean, nothing really to say. Next match, it definitely surprised me. Yeah. So it's Cactus Jack versus Van Hammer. And I was so prepared to be sad.
Yeah.
And Cactus fucking won. And my favorite thing was the guitar to the throat, because he had like one of those V-neck guitars. Yep. And Cactus just hit him up in the throat with it. It was great. Loved it.
This is
5 stars.
Van Hammer put his working boots on. Actually, I think Cactus just put them on for him, basically. They do the Cactus clothesline. He takes a nasty bump. He takes the elbow on the floor. Like, Van Hammer's he's gung-ho in this one. He's all about it. And Cactus just walks him through a really good fucking match. And like you said, he wins because obviously he's feuding with Sting, so he can't just lose to fucking Van Hammer. Yeah, I really liked this. This is one of those, like, if I was a Meltzer star goof, I probably honestly would give it like 2.5. It was really good for a Van Hammer match. The greatest match he's ever had.
I'm looking at what we've had so far. I'm like, it's the match of the night so far.
Easily.
Right? I mean, it's like, so whatever. Like, it was a surprise. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Gotta watch Cactus lose. This is how Van Hammer gets into the top 10. Nope.
And then next on General Hospital, we have we have JR on a telephone. And this is we have Eric on the line, and Eric immediately says, Tony, get your head out of the shot. Just on live TV. And he does. And then the line dies for a while, and it's just JR going, Eric Bischoff, are you there? Well, it looks like we lost I'm here, JR. And he's like, oh, God. And you can just see that JR's like, fuck, I wished you wouldn't have been, like, this sucks. And then the biggest lie in the history of wrestling is told. Like, Eric goes,
I brought one up earlier.
This is bad, okay? He's being examined. One of the examiners is a surgeon. An orderly just walked up to me and put his thumbs up. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming it's a minor injury. He'll be back tonight. Wow, Eric, really? I guarantee you're just in the back of this building, sitting in a fucking closet, and Dusty has like a kendo stick to your head. Don't fuck it up, baby. And you're just like bullshitting, okay? I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb. He never sniffed a fucking hospital this night. He didn't even drive by one, okay?
It was like a magician's trick where it's like the ambulance takes off, but like, wait, the Sting wasn't actually in there? What happened?
It just circles the building, just parks.
Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to get us this. So basically, we're working this injury angle to close the show.
Yeah.
And now we're approaching the World Tag Title match, which is going to be Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham versus your drunk uncles, the Enforcers. And as we've seen earlier, which I think happened before Halloween Havoc, was the attack with the car and slamming Barry's hand in the door. And so Barry's not going to be able to wrestle it. Oh my God, who is going to be Dustin Rhodes' partner? And I'll admit, it was a nice surprise.
It was a very big surprise, and I like how they did it, where he comes out in like the fucking Oz, reject shit with the fucking dragon head. And he comes out, he does a little weird walk, and you're like, who the fuck is this? Like, is this Kevin Sullivan? Am I really about to
Wait,
have a little Kevin
has Arachnoman evolved?
Yeah, exactly.
Has he gone through his cocoon phase and come out the other side as a dragon now?
Is he Dragon Boy? And then Dustin walks out onto the ramp and decapitates him basically. And it's Ricky fucking Steamboat, which is crazy. He had just been in WWF. There's another one. Just been to WWF. He was doing the fire breather gimmick that some might remember. And then he's here. And it's like, holy shit. That was a true surprise. And apparently, for those that were huge fans at the time, this was like one of the biggest surprises ever because the dirt sheets did not mention it. This was one of those weird, like, no one was talking about it. I don't know if because it was just really like that week, maybe Dusty got the deal done or something. But yeah, like everyone was shocked by this. And this match, I'm just going to put it out there, one of the greatest matches in WCW history. And easily one of the greatest tag matches in WCW history. This was phenomenal.
It's got 4.25 from Wrestling Observer, and it's got 8.39 on Cage Match.
Because
it's just guys. I mean, it's guys who know how to wrestle, man. You know, and
go ahead.
Dude.
It's just not reinventing the wheel. Like the heart of this match is simple. The heels beat the ever-loving fucking shit out of Ricky Steamboat. He sells like he's getting fucking drugged to the gallows. And he puts up enough hope that you keep into it. You're like, fuck, let's go. They even do the fake hot tag thing. Ref doesn't see it. They get all riled up. And man, when Dustin does make that fucking hot tag, it's just phenomenal. And he's so good at 21. They let it slip. Oh, he's 21, which pissed me off because I'm like, I was not good at anything at 21. And this motherfucker's having one of the greatest matches WCW had ever seen at 21. Fuck him. And yeah, this is phenomenal shit. And then the finish I love because there's that fuckery 4-man sort of, mix up deal. There's, confusion. He hits the crossbody 1, 2, 3. Like, you can't plan anything better. That's a perfect fucking tag match right there.
And it's the first time teaming together. They win the titles. It's a way like you go, oh, I don't, but like it fits here. It really works with kind of what's going on. Like you want, like, I mean, honestly, if you're watching the show at this point, give me something fucking to cheer about,
please.
And so just this title change just feels like kind of a fresh start too for the tag. Get some of those heel tag teams, which now apparently everybody is. Yeah. Lined up for the face contender. So I mean, I think it felt good.
It was awesome
afterwards, and a great moment for the crowd.
It was incredible. And then we get the special feature for Jushin Thunder Liger, and this was really fucking cool. A lot of rare green gear stuff in this, which I love. A lot of Benoit footage. But you got to keep in mind, Benoit was probably his best opponent at the time. He had just went over to Japan.
It was cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. Yeah.
He just lost his mask in Mexico, and this was his big move in Japan. This was when he, this is what everyone remembers him for. So, it's awesome.
The video was great. The video was great. The music was fucking weird, though.
The music was terrible, which, no surprise. They didn't care. So we're setting it up. It's going to be him and Pillman, you know what I mean? Like, that, they make that pretty clear. Like, okay, he's coming for the light heavyweight title. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, probably like, oh, this is literally the reason we made that title in the first place. Because we knew he was coming in 4 months.
Yeah. Dangerously is out now at ringside. He's like, hey, listen, fucking terrible about Sting, man. But there was a contract that was signed, so you either show up or we got a new champ tonight. So I don't want to fucking hear you crying. That's basically what he says, which is fucking great.
Stop being a little bitch about it.
I did not write much down for the Pillman Johnny B. Bad light heavyweight title match because honestly, I thought it was like pretty short and it was pretty basic. Like other than Pillman doing awesome dives and shit, that was kind of all there was here.
Hey, wonderful. I actually have a couple notes for you. I made a comment on Johnny B's half jacket. He
Yeah.
has a wonderful ensemble.
Yeah.
JR does not know the weight limit for the light heavyweight championship, and that feels like something an announcer should probably be aware of when they're commenting on the greatest sport in the history of the world. But does not know the weight limit. He's like, oh, it's like 228, 232. What is it? And it keeps happening. One of the cameras has like red stuff along the top quarter. Mm-hmm. And so this match is the one where I finally decided to record that brilliant comment I had. But it's so funny. Just this one camera. It looks like when you take like protective tape off, and they just peeled the tape off really shitty on the top. Well, I mean, about fifth of the screen.
Yep.
For the one camera angle, and it's so fucking funny to me. Match ends. I mean, the big thing to mention would be that Teddy distracts the ref, and Johnny loses because of it, and then Johnny be bad is all of a sudden Johnny be good.
Oh yeah, he is, and he knocks out old Teddy, which I thought was weird. I was like, they're working together though. That like the one thing that I like about Johnny be bad is he's got Teddy.
Teddy as a manager has no fucking logic. Like, remember, like he had like Doom were like the tag champions, and he broke them up. It was like he just does not have any plan for like. He's just I want to just be a dumbass right now and attack my literal only client. I have one client. Oh, you know what? I should turn my back on him. That's brilliant.
Well, he got fucking turned on, and not in the good way. Sting did though, but he's also got one leg. Next is the Sting Rick Rude U.S. Championship match, and it starts off like you'd expect. Dangerously and Rude are in the ring. They're like, "Well, he ain't here. Let's just count him out. It's over. We got the belt." And then we get another split screen, and you see Sting. And this is horrendous. He just gets dropped off outside in the ambulance, and he's got to hobble into the fucking building. And the baby faces are cheering him on, not helping him, by the way. No one offers to drag, whatever. They're just like, yeah. His music hits, and immediately Rude just runs up this is awesome. They start throwing like fucking live rounds, it looks like. And then Sting hits a press slam on the ramp. Obviously he's selling that knee. Rude kicks it out from under him. And this is just a fucking great match.
Do they have a lot of experience with each other previously?
No. And that was the whole thing that Rude mentioned in the promo, the show before was, we've always been in similar places, but never at the same time. And now finally we're going to find out, I think his line was, we're going to know the truth of who the best man is. And it's me. And
it's great when you have these kind of guys and just get in the ring and fucking just the chemistry is just there, already. And they get fun. Really, just pretty great match. In some way, I like seeing Rick. I like seeing Sting. So either way, it's going to be kind of something that's in my wheelhouse. So
exactly, and it is. It's great. This is what you'd want out of a Rude Sting match, but it has that great little like running thread of Sting's bad wheel. So right when you're like, oh man, Sting's whooping that ass, Rude cuts him down with the knee. And that's the story of this match, basically. And even with one leg, he's got Rude beat, dangerously distracts, hits him with the phone. He kicks out, though. Then it's like, fuck, what do we do now? And then dangerously finally gets the big distraction on him. Rude gets the clip that it literally looks like his knee just folds under him. And he rolls him up in the cradle, hooks the fucking tights because he's like, hey, if I'm a heel, I'm going to be a real heel. 1, 2, 3. He fucking wins the title. Like, at this point, I'm thinking, between the tag match, this match, this is like the best fucking clash they may have ever had so far. To be honest, other than the first one. It's match-wise, nothing special, until we kind of get to now. But story-wise and progression for a clash, there's actually things happening for a damn change. Really? It really is like one of the first clashes that at least in this era, where I feel like, in the last year, where it's like, oh, that was like a free TV pay-per-view. Nice.
If you missed it, you missed something.
Yes. Like
you missed stories. You missed story development.
Yeah, like
and that's
you
not
just fucking tuned into Saturday night on TBS. You'd be like, wait, what? Yeah, so that was awesome. We get a great promo, there at the fucking end where, he's just cutting that promo, man. He's fucking here to stay. And this is the beginning of the Dangerous Alliance. This is like the real beginning. And then it fucking amps up at Starrcade because I totally forgot what BattleBowl does, which I was wrong. BattleBowl actually does lead to something very, very big down the line. Ron Simmons is ringside before the main event. And he tells us that he's had a broken wrist. That's why he's been gone. So at least we get an explanation of what the fuck's going on here.
I'm glad he's still number 2 contender, though, or whatever. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, great. You've been off, broken wrists. Everyone else is wrestling, but you just stay static.
No, you're good, man. You stay up there, bro. You're good.
He's steadfast. He's going after that world title, man. He ain't fucking around. So that's a nice one. And that leads us to the main event of the evening. Lex Luger defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Rick Steiner. This was good. I think it felt very rushed, especially at the end. I like the way they structured it, though. Rick just beat the shit out of Lex, and Lex did everything he could to just evade him because he knew he couldn't beat him. And he takes some good bumps here. Much more motivated than he has been on TV. Like, I feel like leading up to this, other than the angle that they did, his promos, Lex just doesn't want to be here. You can just tell. He's like, I'm bored.
He's almost like a proto Lesnar.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm the champion, and I'll show up to an event, maybe. I'll show up to one of those like big events. The Clash? Yeah, okay. I guess I can make. I'll check my schedule. I'll check my schedule, get back with you.
Like, I swear to God, he went, wait, where's it at? And they went, what's Savannah, Georgia? And he goes, oh, in November. It's nice. There's the beach. I'll be there. Like, oh, it'll be a nice 80 degrees beach. I'll be there then. I can tan then. I'll tan before the show. Okay, yeah, I'll be there then. Oh, who do I want to work? Rick Steiner. Which was a big mistake.
I have a couple girls in that town. Yeah, I can make that one.
Yeah, exactly. I got a couple rats. I love this, though, because within about 3 minutes of the match, Luger has a black eye and a busted lip. I'm like, fuck yeah. This makes me wish Rick Steiner had a UWF run in Japan. Like, I would love to see him just full speed fucking killing people. That would have been amazing. He fucking beats the shit out of Lex, though. He hits him with a Steiner line that looks like he really knocked him out. And he just sort of like pours out to the floor more than anything. It's crazy.
You know what, man? Lex has some of those nice little dishes there. Like, yeah, he kind of oozes his way up to the floor after getting his ass kicked, and it's like the smart thing, which you don't expect from Lex. It's a Ric Flair move. Ric Flair would roll out of the ring like that.
Dude,
not Lex Luger.
We're in sync because I was going to go into a transition of what I was mentioning, which is I think where they went wrong with this Lex title run was they just plugged him into the Flair formula, and he's not Flair. Nobody is, but specifically Lex is not that kind of worker. He should have been just what he was in 89. Lex, but a dick. And they didn't do that. They went the whole other way where he's got his JJ, Harley. He's got his heater, Hughes. And it's like, I get what you're trying to do, but it wasn't necessary. You could have just had Lex. Lex wasn't bad at promos. He was a really good fucking heel anyway. It just feels very like wrong guy, wrong gimmick for me. Like he's playing this like pussy fucking heel. And the thing is, it's like, dude, but you're jacked and whatever. And I know the psychology with all the boomer wrestling people is like, well, but that's the heat because he doesn't have to be that way. He chooses. Yeah, I understand, but it doesn't work. Flair, it works because he is that snail motherfucker. Like at the end of the day, as great as Flair is in the ring, blah, 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 he is a snake human being. That's why it works. I don't get that from Lex. I just get Lex. He's on steroids.
It's all right. So Rick's out there. Rick wears a suit every week. He's got his $20,000 watch and his $50,000 shoes and la la la. And like you never, besides like that Lakers jacket that one time, like we never saw Rick. Oh, that was when he was sad Rick too, right? So it was like depressed
Yes.
Rick when he was at home with his sunglasses and his Lakers jacket. But like when we see Rick on the show, he is always in a suit. And so with Lex, we've seen Lex in a beater and Zubas and striped Zubas, and now he's in a suit, and it's just like, that's not you, dude.
Yeah.
You're not like suit. You're not suit guy. And the thing is, right? It's like, oh, now I'm the heel, so now I'm suit guy, and it's just,
nah, man.
it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like you went to a tailor for your size 52 neck to make sure your neckline is big enough for you, and it's just not interesting enough. And I don't know if it's like add a tag team and there's more like chance to like be a dominant force, or if they're trying to avoid the Horseman thing and go, no, it's just the world champion, his little buddy, and his mouthpiece, which he doesn't really need because he's pretty much just as good as his mouthpiece.
Right. I mean, it's not like Harley was the greatest promo in the history of the business here. You know, he's Harley, but that's not the appeal. Also, I mean, I feel like we've gone too long without a JR factoid. He lets us know that Luger was the youngest starter in the Canadian Football League at 19 years old. So,
but you know what? He is not the greatest physical specimen that JR has seen in WCW. That would be one man hammer.
Right. And listen, main events, fuck that. JR, he's looking at that fourth match before intermission talent. That's what he's looking at as the future of this business. He wants the
one who lost to Cactus Jack.
He wants a guy that barely knows English, but he's from here. You know, that's what he's looking for. Rick fucking fires up. He gets Luger down with another power slam, and he hits his big diving bulldog, new champ, foot on the ropes, and that cues all this melee where you've got Hughes who runs out even though he just got told to get the fuck out of here in front of the ref. Scott hits a Frankensteiner on him. Ref's cool with that, by the way. Harley then gets on the apron. Rick hits a vertical again, all in front of the ref. Ref is really cool with this. Then
he's an amazing dad. He's an amazing dad. He's so lax with everything.
You gotta let him learn. And so he's like,
you could drink in the backyard, not in the front yard.
Yeah. Put a koozie on it, and then they just think it's a fucking Mexican Coke. Harley's going, hey, ref, I'm hurt. And the ref is like, oh my God, yeah, the guy that's not even wrestling. Let me check on him. And then
he should be my top priority right now.
Yeah, I mean, fuck the match. And fucking Rick gets hit with the belt 1, 2, 3. And let me tell you something. Savannah's pissed. They like go, they really like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, to be really honest, but they like worked themselves into a shoot about this match. They really like were buying that Rick Steiner was going to win the world title. So there you go.
I'm looking it up because I don't want to have to, I know I ask the same damn questions every time, but just trying to figure out, when did the Steiners head to, the Fed? 92. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
late 92.
Okay. So at this point, Rick as a singles competitor has only had the TV title, correct?
Yep.
And he's had it once.
And it was like 3 years ago.
It's just, I mean, it's just insane. Especially when Scott was injured. I don't know how you don't just, I guess I say you can keep Steve rolling forever, but Steiner versus Steve. Holy shit. Picture how excited we'd be for that shit right now.
Oh, yeah. That would have been amazing.
I just don't know why they just didn't look at Rick Steiner, how he was with the crowd, how he got over, how he wrestled.
So over.
I mean, what the fuck do you want from a guy?
I mean, and think about, all that shit they end up doing in 92, and I guess spoiler alert, they bring Muda in. Muda's the champ at one point. He's working Barry. Imagine if that was Rick instead of Barry, those matches. And then, that synergy of Rick can go to New Japan and hang with their style and blah, 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 like Chono. It's a whole different fucking world. Granted, is it a better world? I don't know necessarily about that, but I feel like the matches would have been way better. And way more modern, right? Like, I guess more ahead of its time, and maybe that's the deal, right? We're looking at this in 2020, sunglass mode, but it's like, really? And you know Lex doesn't want to be there. There's no way at this time they're not already aware. Like, he's wanting to go to the Fed. Well, he's just going to wait.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if it's like, oh, Steiners are gone in 3 months, so we're not going to do anything with them. Like, god damn, man! Like when you get that opportunity with that super over tag, person gets injured. When it's Rick Steiner, you give them that fucking shot to move up the chain there a little bit.
Terrible.
But what do we know?
What do we know? I do know one thing. We are running headfirst into Starrcade 91. It is in Norfolk scope. And let me just read some fucking BattleBowl tags we got to look forward to. I'll leave the notable one last, and I'll get everyone kind of excited. I was off on the Liger tag. The match, though, this is one of the worst matches of all time. Diamond Dallas Page and Mike Graham, that's the tag team, against Bill Kazmaier and Jushin Thunder Liger. So we got that barn burner to look forward to. You got Arn Anderson and Lex Luger are one of the tags. That might be actually interesting. Terrence Taylor and Z-Man. Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker and Cactus. Jesus. Ricky Steamboat and Todd Champion.
Abdullah and Sting.
Abdullah and Sting's going to rule. Bobby and Flying Brian. Vader and Mr. Hughes is like the great tag team we never got. That rules. Rick Steiner and the Night Stalker, not so much. Firebreaker Chip and Scott Steiner, not so much. Arachnaman and Johnny B. Bad, strap them up. Let's go. Pia News, Steve Armstrong, Ron Simmons and Thomas Rich. And we got Michael Hayes, Tracy Smothers, Jimmy Garvin and our rookie, Marcus Alexander Bagwell, Big Josh and Van Hammer, El Gigante and Larry Zbyszko, Dustin Rhodes, Richard Morton, and the one good tag, Rick Rude and Stunning Steve. And that will probably let you know what happens in WCW going forward.
Rick Rude and Steve Austin versus Big Josh and Van Hammer.
And of course, keep in mind, the winners of every one of those tag matches, the main event, 2-ring battle royal, of course, to win the BattleBowl championship. So there you go. WCW, you know, it is the most WCW shit. Like, we just put over this clash. Like, man, shit's going on. This is one of the best clashes ever. And, so what's the next pay-per-view? Starrcade, where it's a clusterfuck and it's just a bunch of shit thrown together, literally. Why? Dusty wanted to do it. Holy shit, man.
I mean, this is actually kind of a wild one looking at the BattleBowl is El Gigante and Larry Zbyszko with Medusa.
Yeah, of course.
Of course with Medusa. Why would he be?
Why not? Yeah. They'll explain it in the TV. I'm sure we'll turn the TV on.
I'm sure it'll be very well explained to us.
It'll be amazing. So, of course, we are back to the grind. We'll be back much more regularly now that I'm back to reality and not in Vegas mode and such. We are in 2026. We're ready to go. That's all I got for this week. I don't know about you. And of course, the plug.
No, just stay safe out there, everybody.
Yeah,
we know there's a lot going on out there, so just watch your people, take care of your community.
Yep. And as per usual, Jim is the JIMDB on every social media that matters. I'm a psychopath. I'm on everything. Troubles Rests. And yeah, so, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Stay out there, be safe, and be good people. That's what we need to do. We need to be good people. Take care of one another. Till next time. See you.